back. We're back. Everything has changed and misaligned and out of whack. So if you guys could greatly give me an audio check to make sure you guys can still hear me and all of that is good, I would greatly appreciate it. Happy New Year. Holy shit, it's the 14th of January. And it is dark. Off. Sound like I'm a smoker. I see. The old sucked again for another week. But nonetheless, we're here. We're ready to rock, ready to roll. Happy fucking New Year's. Connections, and this should adjust it and fix it. There we go. That went away. But anyways, I'm back. I'm happy. I'm super happy that I'm back. But again, if there is a connection issue, please do let me know. Rich, that's a good one, Rich. But let me know if there's any connection issues. Because YouTube says that there's connectivity issues, that no data is being received by YouTube. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Oh, there we go. Stream is healthy. Excellent. There we go. So my change did work. But yeah, again, Happy New Year, everybody. I don't know about you guys, but I am ready to rock and ready to roll. Not going to push it too hard today and kill the voice all in one day. But we're going to go live for a little bit. Good news. UFC is back. FC will be back on the live show tomorrow. I just talked to him just a little bit ago. I know weigh-ins just started for the UFC event. I know they just started right now or 20 minutes ago. So he's I was trying to get him on for today. But he is busy with the weigh-ins and finalizing his card. So we're not going to bug him today, but he's coming on tomorrow. He already knows he can run, but he can't hide tomorrow. All right? He knows he can run, but he can't hide. So UFC is back. Got game of the week tonight. Soccer game of the week in, less than 2 hours? Or right around there. You have to be signed up by 2:30 Eastern time. Edwards has lots of cardio to rebuild the lungs, right? Definitely. Definitely. So, soccer game of the week here in a little bit. My game of the week, which if you guys were on last week's, we hammered Xavier laying 4.5 to an easy blowout 15-point winner. So we have that later on tonight. And by the way, the combo package is back. The $300 combo package is back. So with bringing that back, if you want my game of the week free, any purchase of $300 or more, any single purchase of $300 or more today and today only will get you my game of the week free. Throwing that out there. And also, they are still doing today and today only. They did it yesterday, but they never sent out an email for it. I don't know why. Buy 3 days, get 3 days free is also going on as well. So we got a lot of fun stuff planned. We got a lot of fun stuff planned. Hacking up a lung here. So it's gonna be a fun day today. Shane asked, "Did I lose my taste or smell?" So yeah, so my taste buds changed literally the day before I tested positive. I was eating a bowl of chili, and I was like, "Man, this tastes funky. Tastes like there's metal in it." And sure enough, got a sore throat. Tested negative. Then the next day, tested positive. I did lose my sense of smell and taste. There was at one point the only thing that I could smell was the dog when he passed some gas, and it was really intense. Other than that, like a day after that happened, I lost everything. Yeah, Edward, soda tastes nasty. Coke, even to this day, right now, tastes nasty. Spicy food tastes amazing. Not really on the hernias or the gut, but spicy food is amazing. I think for nearly a week and a half, I lived off of hot tea and Pedialyte. So I guess I was drinking this. Here's a funny story. I was drinking this hot tea, and it was eucalyptus herbal mint tea for breathing easy. And, I can't taste it, so I'm drinking it. And, it's making, keeping the sinuses open, and it's making my throat feel good. And my mom's like, "Is that shit, that stuff nasty? How are you drinking that?" And she called me up and she was asking me, and I'm like, "Oh, it tastes good." Well, when I finally got my taste buds back, that shit tastes like ass. Eucalyptus herbal mint tea tastes like ass, just so you guys know. But when you got COVID, you don't taste it. But yeah, I think I lived off of Pedialyte and that. And I think the only thing that probably kept me out of the hospital, because I had 2 nights that was really fucking bad, guys. I had 2 nights that were real bad. 104.5 degree temp. Couldn't kick it. Migraine, breathing, the whole works. But I had the mobile IV treatments where I had the nurse come to the house, put an IV in me, and give me an IV treatment, injecting me with all the vitamins and the zinc and the magnesium and the B12 and all of that good stuff. So, and Toradol for pain. So I did that a couple of times, and I think that was probably what kept my ass out of the hospital. But yeah, Edward, you got it right after me, so I hope you're on the way to recovery as well. But yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll, and we're gonna jump into it. We're not gonna have a too in depth day today. We're gonna take it kind of easy. We will be live tomorrow, and we're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna see what we can do. Hold on 1 second, okay, guys? I do apologize. Give me 1 second. It's probably gonna take 2 minutes. All right. We are frozen. And we're unfrozen. And we're back. All right. Ready to rock. Ready to roll this morning. Tomorrow's live show. We're going to jump live tomorrow. And let me put that schedule out there. We get some NFL playoffs tomorrow. Super excited. We're going to be live at 10 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow, 7 Pacific. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, 8 Mountain Standard Time, where I'm physically located. But we're gonna have a blast tomorrow. But we're gonna jump into it today. We're gonna take a look at a couple games and see what we can do. As soon as I can log into everything. What's going on, Jeff? Unfortunately, I was on the side of Bama. I played with what the company put out. It was one of my not feeling so good days, if you know what I mean. But I'm definitely glad to be back. Jeff, you got it New Year's Eve? I was sick on New Year's Eve. Pretty fucking bad, if you ask me. Alrighty. Corey, good morning. Everybody, good morning. Glad to be back. But again, tomorrow live, 10 a.m. Eastern. We're going to see what we can do today. Hold on. Everything had to be reset today. I told you guys that we dumped the big iMac Pro 27 on the floor, bent the frame, smashed the housing, $10,000 computer. We just got it back, so that's a good thing. All right, so we're gonna jump into some college hoops. We're gonna take a look at the Michigan and Illinois Fighting Illini. We're going to take a look at that game and see what kind of damage we can do. We'll take a look at a couple of games, and then we'll send you guys on your merry way today and see what kind of fun we can have. Timothy says, Aloha Friday, folks. Happy Friday, everybody. Game of the weekday, double game of the week, actually, with soccer game of the week here in a little bit, which you have 2 hours to get on the soccer game of the week. And then you also have until 7 p.m. Eastern time, to get on board my game of the week. And the fun... Alex, you must be behind if you're on a frozen screen, because we're not frozen. You might want to fast forward when you actually hear this. You're a couple minutes behind. But if you want my game of the week free, any purchase of $300 or more today and today only, any single purchase, will get you game of the week free. All right. So, with that being said, jumping right into it. Michigan Wolverines, 7-6 on the year. Straight disaster this year. Conference play, they're 1-2. They're coming off 2 straight losses, losing to Rutgers 75-67 and an 85-71 loss to UCF. They did have a 37-point blowout over Southern Utah. And they had that 10-point 75-65 lost to Minnesota. They've lost 3 of their last 4 games. Hold on one second, guys. So Michigan going up against the 12-3 Fighting Illini, who haven't lost since December 11th when they lost by 4 points, 83-79 to Arizona. Other than that, they've got losses to Cincinnati, which was a 20-point blowout, and a single-point loss to Marquette. Other than that, they've won 5 straight games, beating St. Francis of PA, Missouri, Minnesota, Maryland, and a 10-point most recent victory on the road over Nebraska. Here they are, 5-0 in Big Ten Conference play under Brad Underwood this year, and they are absolutely rolling. They get a big marquee matchup at the State Farm Center against Michigan today, where not only 15,544 fans could be in attendance, but it is with a home court ranking of 3.2. So it doesn't get a huge, the State Farm Center doesn't get a huge home court advantage, but nonetheless, they are at home. When you start taking a look at the line on this game, wherever that may be, if I could pop it up here. There it is. Michigan coming in plus 9.5, with a total sitting at over and under 144. All right, the Fighting Illini laying 11.5. Here we are with Michigan, who, believe it or not, with their disastrous of a record so far, still has a 24th ranked offense based on adjusted efficiencies in college basketball. They'll be going up against the 10th ranked in the Fighting Illini. Defensive edge, definitely Illinois, with a 29th ranked defense so far based on adjusted efficiencies. Michigan, still no slouch, even though they've been getting absolutely pummeled, still ranked at 46. You've got Michigan when they're on offense averaging just a hair, just a smidge under 53% shooting from the field. They do turn over the ball a dismal 18.3% of the time. Offensive rebounding rate of 31.3% of all their rebounds are offensive rebounds. They shoot the 3 effective at 34%. However, Illinois is definitely the better when it comes to 3-point shooting, as well as free throw shooting. Michigan knocking down 53.8% of all their 2-point plays, and they're converting just 68% from the charity stripe. And then you got the Fighting Illini, who are converting 55.1% from the field. They knock down 38.7% of all their 3 balls, converting 53.1% of all their 2-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk. And they're converting just a hair under 72% from the charity stripe. Just a hair under 72%. When it comes to foul participation, Michigan's still riding at the big 0%. No advantage for the Fighting Illini there. You pick up 2 fouls early in the first half, you're riding the bench. Plain and simple. It's the way Juwan Howard rolls with Michigan. Fighting Illini, 16.5%. Height advantage, there's a distinct height advantage, nearly about a full half inch for the players coming out of Michigan. Experience level, you're definitely going to throw the experience level towards the Fighting Illini. If I had to choose on this one, and by the way, guys, I don't have a play on this. My personal plays are not out, but this will not be one of them. If I had to roll with it, I'd roll with the Fighting Illini, and I'd fade the Wolverines, who are just 1 win and 3 losses in their last 4, trending in the wrong direction. Fighting Illini at home. If I had to roll, I would roll Illinois laying the 9.5. Now, I'd like it better if it was like 6.5, but nonetheless, that's why it is a lean. For everybody that's new or just doesn't understand the concept of a lean, what is it? We're leaning on it. All right, we're leaning on it. We're leaning on it, and that's about it. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to fire on it. It means that I lean towards it. It means that I lean towards it, and that's about it. Moving right along, try and get through a couple of these before my voice and throat give out, because I am definitely winded. Catch my breath. Pretty sad, right? Chef Bear says, lean bet means bet the house damn straight, take out a second mortgage, and throw it all on it. Alrighty. Moving right along. Next up on the docket. We're going to take a look at Fresno State and UNLV. We're going to bounce around a little here. We're going to take a look at Fresno State and UNLV, the old running Rebels. See what we can come up with today. Line on this one has Fresno State laying 2, UNLV plus the 2 at home. Fresno State that's UNLV. Fresno State 11-4 on the year for Justin Hudson and his Bulldogs. They are coming off a 79-59 20-point rout of San Jose State on Tuesday, the 11th. They're 1-1 in conference play, with their other one being a loss to Boise State, losing by 10 on the road at Boise State. Other than that, their other 3 losses include a Pac-12 loss against Utah. They lost to San Francisco 71-63, and they lost to another Pac-12 team, Cal, losing 65-57. And then we get the running Rebels out of Las Vegas, 9-6 on the year. They're 1-1 in Mountain West Conference play, with a win over New Mexico and a 62-55 loss on January 1st. Happy New Year's against San Diego State. Other than that, they lost to San Francisco by 21, lost to SMU, UCLA, Wichita State, Michigan. Hold on, I need to catch my breath. This shit sucks, let me tell you. When you start diving into the numbers, adjusted efficiencies, taking a look at who does what and what does where. Fresno State edge on offense with the 101st ranked offense based on adjusted efficiencies. UNLV comes in at 140. UNLV's defense comes in ranked at a measly 107, where Fresno State's comes in ranked 42nd based on adjusted efficiencies, strength of schedule, quality of opponent, etc., etc., etc. Fresno State knocking down 50.1% from the field, turning over the ball at a very low rate of 16.4, very identical number to UNLV. UNLV struggles shooting the ball, converting just 47.2% from the field. Advantage when it comes to offense and shooting, Fresno State. The only good thing that UNLV does on offense is they knock down free throws and they don't turn the ball over very much. Fresno State knocks down 31.1% from out deep, 30.4% for UNLV. Where UNLV really lacks is converting all their two-point plays. They are a sub-50% team at 48.3%. 52.1% for Fresno State. They also reel in the award for the better of the two free throw shooting teams at 74.4%. That's Fresno State. UNLV not far behind them at 73.5%. When it comes to two-foul participation, both teams participate. There is an edge for UNLV as they're only 31.1%, which is still a decent amount. I used a lot of breath there. Fresno State, when it comes to the two-foul participation, is participating 45.6% of the time. So when it comes to two-foul participation, there is an edge for UNLV as Fresno State is in it nearly 50% of all remaining minutes in the first half once a player reaches two fouls. That is a distinct advantage for the opposing team. However, UNLV is participating 31% of it. Height advantage, over 1.5 inch height advantage for the kids out of Fresno State. Both go to the bench for over 30% of the total minutes played. UNLV relies on that three ball for 32% of their total points. And they knock down only 30%. They're literally a 1-3 three-point shooting team. As far as this game goes, and the line on the game, as far as UNLV goes, they beat Fresno State at home last year, 68-67. They lost on the road, 67-64. No, Shapendi, I haven't had a chance to check the pools. Not at all. I've been out sick. No offense, but the pools were the last thing on my mind. But I'm sure we'll get around to it at some point this week. As far as Fresno State and UNLV go, I expect a close game. I expect another close game. History repeats itself. Last year was close. I expect this year to also be close. We get UNLV coming off a huge 29-point victory over New Mexico. They're rolling with wins over Seattle, Hartford, Nebraska, Omaha, and San Diego. They did drop a 7-point loss at home to San Diego State, who generally plays them extremely tough and well. Probably over the weekend, Alex. I wasn't filming much of anything while sick. But as far as this one goes, UNLV plus the 2 is where my money would be. UNLV plus the 2 is where my money would be. If I was betting this one. And there's a chance that I might later on down the road, aka later in the evening. But I do lean towards UNLV. I stopped logging into the pool and updating plays after like week 3. Just because I'm so busy and I forget. All right. Moving along. We are going to take a look at the Nebraska and Purdue game. That is next up on the docket. Nebraska and Purdue. Next up on the docket. Give me 1 second, folks. Just double checking something. All right. We should be good to go. Just wanted to confirm something on this one before we dove into it. And dish out the goods. Give me 1 second, folks. Alrighty. Yeah, Chris, day by day, it definitely sucks, that's for sure. I know Edward's having a hard time with it. I know I am, and all of that good stuff. But one day at a time, that's for sure. All right, Nebraska comes in. Line has already moved. It was plus 20 a little bit ago. They're also catching an extra half a point now, plus 20.5. Purdue is now laying 20.5 minus 107, which means you could still get 20 at minus $1.17. You'd have to lay a tad bit more juice with a total over and under 155. With a first half number of Purdue laying 11.5 and a total over and under 74. When you take a look at both teams, you take a look at the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Fred Holberg and the Cornhuskers are 6-11. Have lost 4 straight games. Or almost at 9-1. 1-9 in their last 10. They've lost 9 out of their last 10 games, with their only win a 14-point victory over Kennesaw State. Here they are getting Purdue. Here you are on the road against Purdue, and I give them about a 1% chance of victory. Purdue, on the other hand, the Boilermakers, 13-2 on the year. Matt Painter and the Boilermakers on a tear. Their only losses come by way of losing 2 points to Rutgers back on December 9th, and Wisconsin on the 3rd of January, losing by 5, 74-59, which was at home. They're 2-2 in conference play. Their only 2 losses were conference losses. They've got other conference wins with a 7-point home victory over Iowa and a 74-67 road win against Penn State. When it comes to the Boilermakers at home, I give them a score of 4.0 with the home court advantage, giving it roughly right around the 33rd toughest place to play in all of Division I. Ronald, thank you, brother. I feel all right. I'm out of breath and tired and all of that, but we're slowly getting back. See, deep breath. Slowly getting back. All right, so when you start comparing numbers side by side, Purdue comes in with the number 1 ranked offense based on adjusted efficiencies. Strength of schedule, opponent, yada, 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 yada. Nebraska, 176. Purdue's defense, average at best, comes in ranked 65th. Nebraska, 160th. Let's start with Nebraska. They hit 49% from the field compared to the 59.2% from Purdue. Knocking down those 3 balls. Nebraska, a pathetic 29%. 40.8% for Purdue. 3rd best three-point shooting team in the country. Converting all those 2-point plays. Nebraska hitting 52.6%. Purdue knocking down 57.7%, the 8th best at converting 2-point plays in the country. Free throw shooting, very similar, 71.9% for Nebraska, 72.8%, so less than a percent better for Purdue. Offensive rebounds, Nebraska struggles at just 20.4%. 38.9% of all of Purdue's rebounds are offensive rebounds. Well, Glenn, when I feel a little bit better, I'll put a members play out. When it comes to 2 foul participation, another advantage for Purdue. They're in it just 3.1% of the time. Nothing. Compared to the 18% for Nebraska, which is really not a lot. 20% is where we really start to see an advantage. 3/4 of an inch height advantage on average for every player coming out of Purdue, yada, yada, yada. Bench minutes. Purdue will go to the bench for nearly 41% of all their minutes played by bench personnel, 31.4 for Nebraska. As far as the side goes, if you want to know, you got to get on board. But as far as the total goes, regardless of the fact of Purdue knocking down threes, knocking down every shot that they pretty much put up, I'm rolling with the under here. I'm rolling with the under. I know, shocking. Kyle's on an under. Pretty fucking watch out. Gave you an under yesterday, gave you an under today, and gave you another under today. Watch out. We're rolling with the unders. Nebraska, Purdue, under 155. Now, see if we can't. I need to get this plugged in all the time. Holy moly, this board went haywire again. See if we can't get this board working. Matter of fact, they never hung the new board now that I think about it. We have a brand new Vibe Interactive free play board. And that needs to get hung. Nebraska and Purdue under 155. You guys can see that all up on the board. We're rolling with an under. I know. Scary concept. There we go. Thomas, you have the Modelo virus, right? Alex, that's crazy. I tested negative fairly quick, but then I got it. It came back and got me in the lungs. But I think I tested negative fairly quick because I did the IV treatments where I had the mobile nurse come to the house. I think that helped a significant amount. Alrighty, Nebraska, Purdue, over. Also had the leans on UNLV plus the 2 and the Illini laying 9.5. Yeah, it seems like a lot of us are getting it. But that is what I have for right now. Short, sweet, to the point. Don't want to overdo it on day one. Remember, soccer game of the week. You have until, I think they put the cutoff at 2:30 Eastern time. I don't know if that's the time that it starts, but the cutoff is 2:30 Eastern time. And then my game of the week has a cutoff of 7 p.m. Eastern time. You get my game of the week free with any single purchase over $300. By the way, they brought back the combo package, which is a week of premium plays, a week of my personal plays, guaranteed Saturday, the Sunday NFL guarantee play, as well as the UFC Max Fight Pick for one low price at $300. So when you purchase that, you'll also get my game of the week included, absolutely free. UFC is back. FC is going to be on the live show tomorrow. And, man, we're going to have some fun this weekend. You guys want big games? We got them. Oh, and by the way, buy 3 days of premium plays, get 3 days free. That expires tonight at midnight as well. So, we've got a lot of fun stuff going on. Yeah, Alex, I took my daughter to the park yesterday. Let her ride her bike to the park, and I walked. And we did a couple big walks around the giant grass field as well. And I'm going to be doing it again. Do it again later today after she gets out of school. So, got to keep expanding those lungs, that's for sure, because definitely kicked my ass, that's for sure. All right. Remember, live show tomorrow, 10 o'clock on the East Coast. 7 on the West Coast. We will be live tomorrow. Game of the week is already posted, so don't miss out. And let's have some fun. All right, guys. Good luck, everybody. And sorry for the short show, but I don't want to overdo it on day one because I am winded. All right, guys. Good luck, and we'll see you guys all live tomorrow morning. And I look forward to it. I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back, everybody. We'll see you guys all live tomorrow. Good luck, everybody.